Merci, Carson. Okay, so we are actually going to be looking at basically the same questions as last week. So basically, we are going to add in one other thing, but for the most part, it's going to be the same as last week. Okay, Carson, go ahead and take yourself off mute. Bonjour. Comment tu t'appelles? Tu t'appelles comment?
Je m'appelle Carson.
Ah, super. Classe, il s'appelle Carson. Et Carson, est-ce que tu préfères Carson ou un autre nom? Par exemple, est-ce que tu préfères Carson ou Car?
Je préfère Carson.
Okay, not too surprising, huh? Il préfère Carson. Super. Et Carson, tu es en quelle année? Par exemple, est-ce que tu es en année 5? Oui ou non?
Non.
Non. Est-ce que tu es en année 3?
Non.
Est-ce que tu es en année 6?
Non.
Est-ce que tu es en année 8? Oui, okay. Carson est en année 8. Hey, we're actually going to skip ahead here a little bit, and I'm going to go straight to this question. This was new last week, so it might still be a little unfamiliar to you. Okay, Carson, tu es en année 8 et tu as quel âge? Tu as quel âge? If you can't remember how to say the number in French, that's okay. You can say it in English.
Oh. J'ai 14
ans.
Oh.
Okay, répète. J'ai 14
ans.
ans. Excellent. Donc, classe, Carson, il est en année 8 et il a 14 ans. Il a Voilà, il a 14 ans. 14. OK, bon. Il s'appelle Carson, il est en année 8, il a 14 ans. Maintenant, Carson, où est-ce que tu habites? Où est-ce que tu habites?
J'habite à Lee Summit.
Ah, okay. Il habite à Lee Summit. Mia. Carson, you can put yourself on mute for a second here. Mia, est-ce que Carson habite à Lee Summit ou il habite à Los Angeles?
Lee Summit.
Ah oui. Phrase complète. Can we put it in a complete sentence?
Il habite à Lee Summit.
Excellent, Mia. Il habite à Lee Summit. Super. Et Malia, est-ce que Carson habite à Lee Summit? Oui ou non?
Oui.
Oui, Carson habite à Lee Summit. Très bien. OK. Maintenant, Carson, comment es-tu? Comment es-tu? We'll start with some oui ou no. Carson, est-ce que tu es grand?
Oui.
Okay, très bien. Well, that was easy. Alors, Carson est grand. We're still going to ask these other questions. Est-ce que tu es petit?
Non.
No. Est-ce que tu es de taille moyenne?
Non.
No. Okay, Carson n'est pas petit. Il n'est pas de taille moyenne. Carson est grand. Il est grand. Et comment es-tu pour les yeux? Les yeux. Est-ce que tu as, when I ask est-ce que, it's this top corner here, est-ce que tu as les yeux bruns? Oui ou non?
Non.
Non. Est-ce que tu as les yeux bleus?
Non.
D'accord. Est-ce que tu as les yeux verts?
Yeah. Oh.
No. Est-ce que tu as les yeux
No,
noisettes?
No, it's green.
Oh, so you said oui before? I didn't understand you. Merci. Okay. Alors, il a les yeux verts. Donc, Carson, comment es-tu? Répète, je suis grand. Répète.
Grand.
The whole thing though. Je suis grand.
Je suis grand.
Excellent. Et tu as les yeux de quelle couleur? Répète. J'ai les yeux
J'ai les yeux verts.
verts. OK? Donc, classe, Annalisa, est-ce que Carson est grand ou petit?
Il grand.
Il est grand, très bien. Il est grand. Il est grand. And you know what? I apologize because we don't have the ways to talk about somebody on here. We just have how to talk about yourself. Donc, il est grand. Il est grand. Il n'est pas petit. Il est grand. Mia, est-ce que Carson a les yeux bleus? Oui ou non?
No.
No, Carson n'a pas les yeux bleus. Class, and you can just think this or say it out loud, but you don't have to take yourself off mute for it. Class, Carson a les yeux de quelle couleur? Il a les yeux verts. Il a les yeux verts. Il a les yeux verts. Il est grand. Il a les yeux verts. Okay, let's look at these two structures, these two sentences. Il est, il a. We're going to number them. We're going to call il est numéro 1, il a numéro 2. So which one of those, numéro 1 ou numéro 2, hold up a finger for me, means he has? He has. Numéro 2, right? Because we wouldn't say he is green eyes, we would say he has green eyes. So, il a les yeux verts. Il a les yeux verts, he has green eyes. And we can use that expression, il a, to talk about possessions or family members. Maybe he has a cat. Il a un chat. Or maybe he has 3 sisters. Il a 3 sœurs. So, il a comes in handy quite a bit. Okay, so which one, numéro 1 ou numéro 2, is going to mean he is? Voilà. Numéro 1, il est grand. Il est grand. We see that also with il est en année huit. Okay, so we'd seen it before, but this is just a bit of a refresher. Okay. Maintenant, Carson, qu'est-ce que tu aimes faire? Qu'est-ce que tu aimes faire? Last week, we started this Jamboard that you all should have access to, if nothing else, in I put a link in your slides, but you don't need to access it right now because you can just look at my screen. Okay. Donc, qu'est-ce que tu aimes faire? J'aime, voici des activités. These are some activities we came up with last week. So, j'aime regarder la télé. J'aime jouer au baseball. J'aime faire la cuisine. J'aime faire de la gymnastique. J'aime faire du bowling. Carson, can you find one of those that is something that you like to do?
Jouer baseball.
Okay, très bien. Okay, so when I ask you, qu'est-ce que tu aimes faire? Go ahead and say the whole thing. J'aime jouer au baseball.
J'aime jouer au baseball.
Excellent. Okay, class. Carson aime jouer au baseball. Il aime jouer au baseball. Est-ce que tu aimes faire de la gymnastique, Carson?
No.
No. Okay, Carson n'aime pas faire de la gymnastique. Est-ce que tu aimes faire de la cuisine?
don't think so.
No. Okay. What does that mean? Faire la cuisine.
I don't know.
When you see like lean cuisine or kid cuisine, that's referring to food, right? So faire la cuisine is just making food, or we would probably more likely say cooking. Donc, Carson, est-ce que tu aimes faire la cuisine? Oui ou non?
Oui.
Oh, il aime faire la cuisine. OK. Donc, Carson aime jouer au baseball et faire la cuisine, mais il n'aime pas faire de la gymnastique. OK. Maintenant, this is a little bit trickier. Est-ce que tu as un talent caché? Now, really quickly, we can flip back to here, and here's what that means. Est-ce que tu as un talent caché? Est-ce que tu as un talent caché? And then you can answer with oui, je peux, blah, blah, blah. Or you can answer with non, je n'en ai pas. Je n'en ai pas is like saying I don't have any or I don't have one. Okay, so if we go back to our Jamboard here, and I ask you, est-ce que tu as un talent caché? En anglais, Carson, are there any things that you're particularly good at, or maybe things that people don't know you're particularly good at?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's hard to think of that kind of stuff off the top of your head. I don't really have un talent caché either. So instead of trying to find one, we're just going to say non, je n'en ai pas. Je n'en ai pas. Donc, Carson, est-ce que tu as un talent caché?
Non, je n'en ai pas.
Okay, il n'a pas de talent caché. Il n'a pas de talent caché. Ce n'est pas grave. No big deal. Moi non plus. I don't have a hidden talent either. Not per se. Okay, bon. Maintenant, last thing we're going to do is we are going to put together our write and discuss. And you'll notice that here I put a link to your stories and a link to Jamboard. I also put a link to your stories at the very top of your Schoology feed, because that way you can access them easily, since our curriculum is basically based on stories. This way you can get to them very easily. Okay, class. Comment s'appelle? No, pardon. D'abord, quelle est la date? Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Aujourd'hui, c'est mardi, oui ou non? Non, c'est dimanche. Aujourd'hui, c'est dimanche? Non. Aujourd'hui, c'est mercredi? Oui. Aujourd'hui, c'est mercredi. Le 22. We'll be doing numbers very soon, but for now, we're just kind of learning them a little bit. 22 septembre. Et la personne spéciale s'appelle Carson. If I know this is really small, hopefully you can see it. I don't want you to be writing quite yet, because I'd rather you be going through it and answering questions and stuff with me as I'm writing it. But you'll be able to see it very well in the stories, which I'll copy paste it to after we're finished. So, la personne spéciale s'appelle Carson. Il préfère Carson. Il ne préfère pas Car. Understandably. It's nice when it autocorrects for me because I don't have a great way of putting in accent marks. That's not super time consuming, so that helps me out. Okay, il préfère Carson, il ne préfère pas Carcar. Okay, classe, Carson est en quelle année? Carson est en année 3? No. Est-ce que Carson est en année 7? No. En année 10? No. Carson est en année Reeds. Carson est en année Reeds. Et il a quel âge? Il a quel âge? Est-ce qu'il a 5 ans? No, that'd be a pretty smart 8th grader if he were 5, huh? Est-ce qu'il a 10 ans? Est-ce qu'il a 14 ans? 14? Oui, okay. Il a 14 ans. Il est en année 8 et il a 14 ans. Okay, so the word 14 is a very interesting spelling, right? You probably wouldn't have guessed that it's spelled like this. So this is actually a good one for us to practice. Comment ça s'écrit? How is it spelled? Comment ça s'écrit? So I'm going to say the letters. See if you can say them or think them before I get to them. Q, U, A, T, O, R, Z, E. 14. Il a 14 ans. Okay, bon. Excellent. Très bien. Très bien. And of course, it's written right here, so it probably wasn't much of an exercise there. I was thinking if you could think of how they sound in your head, that would have been a good practice. Okay, bon. Il a 14 ans. Où est-ce que Carson habite? Où est-ce que Carson habite? Carson habite à Greenwood. No, Carson habite à Kansas City. Carson habite à Lee's Summit, bien sûr, of course. Carson habite à Lee's Summit. And just FYI, when I say those things, it's not because I'm like trying to be funny or anything, although hopefully it's somewhat entertaining. But remember, the more I repeat things, the more you're going to hear how they sound. So that's why I go through il a 8 ans, il a 1 an, il a 5 ans, so you can keep hearing that structure. So again, here, est-ce que Carson habite à Los Angeles? No. Est-ce que Carson habite à San Francisco? No. Carson habite à Lee's Summit. And I do it like that so you hear that word habite over and over again, just in case that wasn't clear. Il habite à Lee's Summit. Il aime. Qu'est-ce que Carson aime faire? Carson aime jouer au baseball. Il aime faire la cuisine. Mais classe, est-ce que Carson aime faire de la gymnastique, oui ou non? No, Carson n'aime pas faire de la gymnastique. Il aime jouer au baseball. Et il aime faire la cuisine. Mais Il n'aime pas faire de la gymnastique. Okay, and lastly, Carson n'a pas de talent caché. Il n'a pas de talent caché. Qu'est-ce que c'est en anglais, un talent caché? What does he not have? Can somebody answer that? Okay.
What was the question?
So what does that mean if I say Carson n'a pas de talent caché?
He doesn't have a hidden talent.
That's right. Très bien, Mia. So when we asked that question, est-ce que tu as un talent caché? He told us, non, je n'en ai pas. Je n'en ai pas. So we're going to put, not here, in here, Carson n'a pas de talent caché. Okay, so we're going to read through this really fast and then we're going to wrap up. Aujourd'hui, c'est mercredi, le 22 septembre, et la personne spéciale s'appelle Carson. Il préfère Carson. Il ne préfère pas Carcar. Carson est en année 8 et il a 14 ans. Carson habite à Lee Summit. Il aime jouer au baseball et il aime faire la cuisine, mais il n'aime pas faire de la gymnastique. Carson n'a pas